So when I do this with smaller groups, this is typically the point where I open it up for discussion and think about, like, what can we actually learn from this story? What can we learn from doing the wave? And people have really great reflections. You know, they talk about how persistence is so important. They talk about how, well, maybe I was hesitant at first, but then I joined in. They talk about how, you know, once it gets started, there's this amazing momentum to keep it going. And they talk about how, you know, sometimes it's about the courage to be the one who starts the ripple, who starts the wave. But my favorite response so far, just 2 weeks ago, I was speaking at the HR Florida State Conference. And we did the wave, and we debriefed, and we shared some of these ideas. And this woman in the back, she raises her hand, and she says, you know, you get other positive things too, because you got the wave, but you also got the woo. And I thought, isn't that so true? The woo comes with it. And we didn't even ask you to woo, but we wooed, right? And I think that's part of this idea that the energy is contagious. Like, notice the energy in the room right now. Notice how that shift is feeling. It's like we're creating the culture in the room right now. Like, we're creating the culture of the conference. And we know that culture matters. And we know that the environment matters. In fact, I was just on a trip to Greece and Turkey, and as a gay man traveling with my husband and another gay couple, I will tell you that I felt safe and comfortable about 95% of the time. But that 5%, that sounds good, but that 5% is enough to not only impact the overall experience, but to impact how I view and talk about those places with other people. And the same is true, as we know, of our workplaces, because the environment matters. Think about it. What happens in a frozen pond? In a frozen pond, there is no ripple effect. So think about all the challenges that we're facing at work right now. The polarization and incivility at work. Trying to figure out automation and AI. Navigating a multi-generational workforce. Managing remote and hybrid teams. Return to office. And on and on. And it's like each of these challenges freezes over the pond. And it's making it harder and harder to create that ripple, so y'all are doing so much to try to thaw those ponds. And maybe it thaws out around the edges, but it doesn't quite get to the center. And when it does, it's like something else pops up and it ices over again. But we have to be encouraged. We have to be encouraged by the progress we have made in so many areas. We have to be encouraged by the progress we've made around diversifying our talent pipelines. Progress we have made around integrating technology into our work. The progress we have made creating more flexible work arrangements. The progress we have made fostering inclusive leadership. And all of this progress can be traced back to individual people who said, right here, right now, I'm going to make a difference.